you to do. Just search for common uses of metal magnesium, and then maybe list a few in the chat. Um,
All right, I already found some, which is fast. There we go. Just typed in the
right.
chat.
So that like intuitively, like that doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
I didn't
Um,
write it properly. I know.
no. I mean, like just like a car seat's made of like, you know, uh, a car seat is made of like the part that actually attaches to the car, but then there's the soft cushiony part, and like same with like laptops. Um, did Google give any more to like more of like the core
It
things
says
that
power tools as well.
okay. Let's look up just magnesium instead of metal magnesium. Common uses of magnesium. Maybe that is the disconnect here. So I see what you're saying. I see the that in there. So like I like the better one where it's like the if you look further down in the chat where it's used uh used for an antacid, an laxative. I feel like those are more consistent with what it's
Hmm.
looking for. The other one here is in biology, the carbonates. But what do they even want here? Um, fire retardant additive. Um, I truthfully I don't really know what your instructor wants here, so we can either go with your answer. Um, we
Yeah,
can go with your
that's
answer,
fine.
which is fine. I don't know if they're really going to. We don't know how particular they're going to be. What makes it suited to that? You might throw in there that magnesium binds well, or it pairs with non-metals because it is a metal. It wants to lose 2 electrons. It might be important. All right. I guess do the same thing for the next one, the metal osmium. Like I wouldn't know anything about what this is. You could throw a few of those in the chat, please.
Uh, The common uses of the metal. Okay. There we go. Just typed it in chat.
Okay, that looks fine for me. So if it makes, well, I couldn't even begin to. The suggestion here is that it's good. It's a good sort of allows the transfer of other materials. Think of ink transferring to the paper, electrical contacts transferring electrons. All right, which typical element is a metal in the fourth period that does not react noticeably when it is dropped into a glass of water? Maybe just do a search for this as
All right.
is.
It says it's gold and silver that don't
Yep.
react with water at all.
Yeah, that's true. They definitely do not. Um, so we can just add that in here. Okay, which solid non-metal with an atomic mass below 40 needs 2 electrons in its outer orbital to complete its octet? So let me grab a periodic table to show this, but it's going to be the ones to the right that need to add 2 electrons. So that starts with oxygen. Let me grab a snip of this though. All right, so the oxygen wants to add 2, sulfur wants to add 2, selenium wants to add 2, etc. Now, atomic mass below 40, so that's the number below the O, which is not shown here. So I'm going to grab a different periodic table to see that. The mass of oxygen is 16, sulfur is 32. So actually, I guess it could be either of those, but which is a solid non-metal? Like oxygen we breathe, that's not
Yeah,
a solid.
that's not
Sulfur
a
sulfur seems to be the better choice.
yeah, sulfur, yeah. It says like carbon can be one of them too.
Carbon doesn't want to add 2. The 2 electrons is the key there.
Yeah. All right, which metal is molten or can melt on a hot day? I feel like I might know this one.
Okay, I don't have any idea, so I'm gonna have to go out to Google for that.
I'm looking at it too. It says that it can't, so What metal melts at a high temperature? Or,
So like, it's like something that when you put in the sun would melt.
like ice cream is a great example, even though it's
Right.
not a metal.
Um, I'm trying to think like what could that be? Um, it says gallium. Could be gallium.
Mm. Well, for another one, it says here like carbon steel, aluminum, copper, stainless steel, a tungsten. But it says like on a hot day, stainless steel can't melt on a hot day. I know it's
Yeah,
because I have a
stainless steel
stainless.
definitely wouldn't.
Yeah, and I can confirm that I have a stainless steel water bottle like right next to me.
Yeah, so I know it's not that.
It says tungsten. Like I'll just spell it in the chat. It says this is the one metal that can melt on a hot day. Wait. I just sent it in chat.
Okay. I don't know that I agree with tungsten, but I mean, I really couldn't tell you the answer, so we'll go with that. Because I'm not an expert in this. All right, so intrinsic properties and extrinsic properties. Uh, I would just go out to the internet and look for some of these. The examples might be the hardest part.
Some examples of intrinsic properties are melting points, boiling points, density, odor, and color.
Okay, so let's go. Give me. It says three. Give three examples.
All right, the melting point, the boiling point, and density. So should I just write
Yeah,
down?
could you type those?
Yeah, melting point. Yeah, those are three examples.
Okay, that's good. So extrinsic is going to be like things that you can see. You can think of it as like what you can see and what you can't see. So you can almost like list those. Like, what do you see when you look at something? You see its color, its shape, maybe its texture.
Mm-hmm. So some examples say mass, volume, and heat. I think that's not right. I mean, I searched them up on Google, and sometimes Google isn't wrong, but better to be safe and double check.
Well, I think your grades have been okay in this so far. Like your instructor may just be looking to see that these get completed, not that
Yeah. All right, I'll just type in the examples. Those are the three extrinsic. Yeah.
okay. So we might want to just say briefly that intrinsic are not necessarily visible. Extrinsic properties are typically something you can see. It's sort of a broad definition. Okay, so that takes care of that assignment there. I'll definitely send this over when we're done. What else would you like us to organize? You want us to go back to English? I've got your classes up if you want me to grab from
Yeah,
there.
we can do the English revision. So, for to get the English revision, you don't have to go back into the lesson. I can show you how exactly to go check it out.
All right.
Yeah, if you want me to share, if you want to share your screen, so I could show you where to look at, like the yeah.
Back
So
for
yeah, go to course.
dashboard.
hmm You go. So that's physical science, but usually it's under where it says a lesson and stuff, like lessons in progress, and that's how you can check for the revisions. So if you go to English, it's yeah.
I'm gonna
And
just
then
remove, I've got a bunch of these things unnecessarily open, so let me get these. All right,
and
so
then
where would you
keys
like me
to
to
a
go?
good essay, click on the lesson right, yeah, like right there, and then that's where the teachers will write stuff that we need to fix, yeah.
All right, for part two, that's 5 of them. Keep in mind, these should be argumentative. What assertion do you want to make? Wow, so your instructor is being very picky, very, very picky.
We love
On your,
picky people sometimes.
all right, so this is lesson 3.
Yes.
All right, let me pull this
You
up
can
here.
copy and paste whatever I've already submitted because it's what the one that we worked together on.
All right, so for part 2, that's 5 of them. What's the 6th? Let me go look for that in terms of all right, so I think you're gonna have to go look at your lesson, and I've loaded that up here.
All right.
Assertion takes a stand. And then I think the last thing here is that they're looking for is that it has one main point rather than several. So we'll need to modify. So let me go to the other screen here. Uh, okay. So a thesis has an assertion, takes a stand, is the main idea. I guess we just need to copy it, what they have there, not the title, is narrow rather than broad. Specific, that's the next one. And then the last one there, it says has one main point rather than several.
Hmm.
Okay, so that'll do it. Now, do you have to
All right.
resubmit the whole thing or just the changes to this?
I have to do the resubmit the whole thing with the changes.
Okay. All right. So now the feedback on the thesis is that you could argue for one specific lesson. Okay. Um, so it also should be a little more argumentative. So the mythology in Percy Jackson takes place in a different reality where creatures and gods live. These stories involve quest battles, friendships, and heroes. So this is where we can make the argument. So which theme do you want to focus in on? You have to pick a single theme.
Let's do quests. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Okay, that's not a theme. A
Oh, it's
theme is
not.
like good versus evil.
Oh yeah, let's do good versus evil because I can talk about that.
Okay. What is the what is the take on good versus evil?
Um, it's a big old battle, obviously.
No, no. What is the author trying to say about good versus evil?
The author's trying to say like, okay, hold on, let me think this a little bit more. I don't wanna. It's trying to say like for the theme good versus evil that sometimes wait, hold on. I can't think of anything. Give me a second. I'm trying really hard to think of something.
And it's okay to go to the internet and look up, what the
Yeah,
books say about good versus evil.
I'm looking that up because I don't want to make something that doesn't sound good. Okay, so it says in the first book for good versus evil, it says good definitely triumphs evil because bravery, loyalty, and understanding are three words that come to mind. And the main character, Percy, allows his good qualities to shine through in order to get over obstacles in his way.
Okay,
Basically, that's
you've got to put together something that you're going to try to write about here. Like, what are you going to argue for?
yeah, good versus evil. So I'm gonna have to make this into my own words.
Yes.
All right, here's what I have written out so far. I typed it in the chat.
All right. So we can say that in these books, good will always win over evil. And Percy uses his, well, instead of good qualities, let's say his characteristics to
He's brave
overcome.
and loyal.
Okay. So his bravery and loyalty to overcome the obstacles in his way. All right. That's much better. All right. Part three, the teacher, I believe I fixed the comma before rather than after the coordinating, the complicated way of saying, but okay, so that is it. That is it. So is the next lesson open? in English, or is that, or do you have to get like approval, like the math?
Huh?
Is the next English lesson open?
Yeah, it is. I just
Okay,
have to resubmit this and yeah,
okay.
it'll be open.
It's actually, it's already open. Lesson 4 is open.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
usually opened. I can until like there's a revision and it's closed, but I can keep working on other lessons while I'm waiting for the teacher to respond.
okay, that's good. All right, so I'm gonna go share that. The English looks like student will complete a SAT practice test and self-evaluate their test taking skills. All right, so here you go. Your teacher wants you to log into the Khan Academy using either Google account, Facebook account, or creating a Khan Academy account. Enter the class code. Have you done this before?
No, I'm is this like to help you understand what an SAT is?
They're probably going to get, they said it's a practice test. It looks like you have to do this one and give your quiz results here. Um, it's just a
Okay.
practice test, and then um, you're going to paste your results. So the thing that I think would help here is if you created the account.
All
So
right.
what I'd like you to do, I'll drop this in the chat. I guess you've got to create the account,
All right, let me use my email and
but
enter the
just you got to use this code as well.
one second. I'm just gonna quickly make a Khan Academy account. Mm. I don't know where to put in the class code.
I'm not sure either.
Um,
It it says that you can after if you're creating a new account, you can enter class code, but maybe it's on another screen. I'm not sure.
because I sign in with Google and stuff, I put in my email. But the thing is that it's not showing where to do that.
I'm not sure. It's as though after your login, you'll see a diagnostic quiz on reading.
Yeah, I have one. I have like multiple diagnostics and reading. There's like four of them.
Right. So I'm
So I
looking
guess
ahead here to see if you actually need to do this. Um, 8 points of rest and return below 8. Okay. All right. The we can act like if you don't want to do that quiz now,
I don't
we
want
can
to do
look
it
at,
right now until I figure out how to sign in. I can likely also do the quiz on my own.
of course, yeah. Now, the next assignment here, I'm noticing that it says book check-in in part 2. You should have already started reading your book you've chosen for lesson 7. You know anything
Yeah,
about
I
that?
I am.
Okay. So then I guess we can do this. That would be fine. So we can move on to lesson, whatever this one
5.
is, the one. Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah. Right
All
now,
right.
I'm trying to catch up into reading on my book because I'm a little bit behind, but I think I'm like kind of caught up.
Okay. All right.
Let me go pull up my book as well so I can also talk about it. Just give me 1 second.
Sure.
It's right next to me. Okay, I grabbed it. So let's talk
Yeah.
about it for
Well,
lesson 5.
we can do that now or later, but it does want you to identify the chapter that you're on. Are you on
Yeah.
chapter
I'm either on
what chapter?
chapter 10 or chapter 11. Let me check.
Okay, so you're many way through that. That's okay. So let's do that. You're on
I'm on chapter
chapter
10.
chapter 10. What is going on in the book at this point? So they want a nice summary. I want you to give me a nice summary. Um, this is more what you were doing when I asked you for like a thesis or the themes. Like you're just
All right.
like telling someone who's never read the book what's going on. So go ahead and write out some sort
All
of a
right.
summary.
My question is, have you read The Shining by Stephen King?
I have not. I saw the movie. I don't know if it's at all
It's kind of similar.
the
Okay.
same.
I should mention the title in my
Yes.
summary. Yeah.
Well, unless yeah, maybe your teacher already knows, but I'll put it here as well. The Shining, chapter 10. So
Like, should I mention what's going on around chapter 10?
no,
Or should
just
I?
just 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 like the main like high level stuff. Like
Uh,
I mean, I
so I'll
assume
like do a.
they're at the hotel now.
Yeah, they are.
And by the way, that hotel that they filmed it at, it was in
It
Los Angeles. Um,
it is a real hotel.
it's a real hotel. They used to have parties there. It got really famous after the movie,
Isn't it
and
also haunted?
I don't know. I mean, I don't
I think it is. According to
believe
some
that
people, that
stuff.
hotel's haunted.
Sure. But it's good time of year to be reading something like that, I guess.
It's the right month. Yeah, that means I'm gonna take a break from English after lesson 5 because I have to finish reading this book because I got a lot of pages to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
I
give me like 5 sentences would be good. I mean that doesn't seem like a lot, but like I know we've struggled in the past. Um, I'm
okay.
hoping for 100 words, but that may not be doable either. So
Okay. Just a quick question though.
yes.
For the summary, should I like say like for one sentence, for example, it could be like Danny and his family got are in the hotel now. Another sense being like Jack getting the job, like that would be the first thing because it's like chapter 1 and stuff. Should I mention
Okay.
that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Who, what, when, where, how, and why are good
Yeah.
questions.
All right, here's what I've written so far. I was looking back in my book just to make sure that I got the
All right,
right information.
all right, let me take a look here. This looks pretty good. The Jack is applying to get a job at the Overlook Hotel since he lost his job working as an English teacher. He gets the job and goes home to tell his wife, Wendy, and 5-year-old son, Danny. Danny's parents soon leave their house, so that's Their. That's one of those common things we looked at. He goes stay at the Overlook Hotel during the winter. Where is the Overlook Hotel? Does it say where it is? Like,
Um, Let me double check. Yeah, it does. Let me just go through my book again to make sure. I'm skimming it right now.
well, that's okay. When they are getting a tour around the place, the chef named Dick wants to take Danny with him to Florida.
Florida,
Why?
yeah.
Why do they want to go to Florida?
Well, he's going to Florida to get out of the winter. Let me see. I think it was around here. Yeah.
But is there more to it? Like, does he know there's something bad about
He
the
know,
hotel?
yeah, wait, hold on, let's see. He told me I think it's because he's like, you ain't gonna stay up here all winter. Danny's like, yes, I am. He's like, no, you're gonna come down with me to St. Pete's and you're gonna learn how to cook and stuff.
Right. That's good. Now, have you seen the movie?
Um, I've seen snippets. I know the plot of the movie pretty well, and that's the reason I wanted to read The Shining. Like I know what happens in it.
Okay. So your answer would be something like um so here's what I'd like you to write. Something that says I plan to watch the movie after the book and then I can
Yeah.
compare the differences because you don't know them yet.
Yeah, that was the plan.
So give me a sentence or two that says that, please.
Mm-hmm. Something in the chat.
That's written perfectly.
Yay.
All right. Are you enjoying the book? Why? So give me, one or two sentences about why you like or don't like the book. Give some reasons.
I'm enjoying the book actually. All right, I wrote something again. Think it's good.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the next thing here is to read this thing here. But what we're going to do first is we're actually going to read the questions first. Um, One of the things that I think helps and it's a testing strategy, to read the questions first, because then your brain starts thinking about the questions as you read. So I identify the character traits of Agatha. So traits could be like, um,
Personality.
yeah, anything like that. What is a generalization? Are there generalizations in the excerpt below? If so, what are they? So generalization is like a broad statement that applies to everything. What are the definitions of infer and conclude? So that gives you an idea that, hey, I'm looking for infer and conclude. Do they mean the same thing or not? Do you believe Agatha is telling the truth? So maybe there's some deception in there. We got to figure out why. Okay, Watson, what do you conclude in her from the following information? We're trying to figure out what really happened. So I don't know if I can get this all in the chat. I cannot do that. All right. All right. So here is the excerpt. I guess just read it to yourself. And I'll read it as well to myself, and we'll talk about it at the end.
All right. All right. I
All
read
right.
it.
So in your own words, tell me what you read.
Agatha is a witness to a murder because she saw someone like suspiciously walking through a dark alley at like 10 p.m. Who does that?
Oh,
Weirdos,
that's
I
a
think I wouldn't
that's
do
a
that.
different class. We're just reading.
I
We're just
know.
analyzing. Yeah.
I was just okay. And the man that she saw was 6'5" and was assaulting somebody. And the guy was wearing like a orange shirt. And then like she it says here she insisted that he was a member of the Scouts, which I assume is a gang member. And he was fighting the victim who suddenly collapsed when the murderer ran away. So Agatha called the police. So then the police found who the murderer was and that he was wait, sorry. Sorry, the police found who the victim was and he was found dead.
Okay. Good summary. It's kind of a way to read it again as well. We unfortunately have to stop here, but we're gonna answer these questions next, in our next hour. So we'll pick up there. Thanks so much. I'll see you in about 10 minutes.
All right,